Last time I voted Republican, almost all the way down the ticket. I voted for Trump. I'm so excited to change that vote. So the thing that tipped me over the edge is reading the GOP platform. There is so much that I find hateful. It's way too extreme. That children should be protected. They should be safe going to school, going anywhere. Women should be protected. We gotta stop targeting people and just protect everyone. I love Texas, but it needs to be better. Absolutely. I was a Republican in 2020, and now I'm voting for Beto.
So I'm a Republican, but I genuinely would like to know what your plan, if you were to become governor, what is your plan to do about mental health?
We are 51st in the nation today in mental health care access. Our largest provider of mental health care services is the county jail system, because our fellow Texans who are uninsured all too often go to the county jail as the only place where they're guaranteed some level of care. $120 to do that. Imagine what we would spend. It would be a fraction of that to expand access to mental health care to everyone who needs it. I mentioned earlier expanding Medicaid, that $10 billion that would come in not once, every single year to this state. We use it for primary care. We use it for obstetrics. We use it for mental health, making sure that we have more psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, and social workers right here in this community. So expanding mental health care and taking us from 51st in the nation to first, if I have anything to do with it, is not only the right thing to do, it'll make us so much more stronger economically. It'll improve the lives of every single one of us. And again, it will reduce pressure on our property taxes.
But on some other stuff that you said, I can kind of back.
There's some common ground somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So glad you came over to say
let me
hello.
grab my child.
And regardless of who we vote for, I'm here to serve you and do better for you. Thank you. Thanks again. Yeah.
I have been a Republican all my life. I came here to hear Beto for the first time. What's important is the children in the schools, the education, the property taxes. I would love to have a better break than what I have now. And I also love what he said about possibly making cannabis legal. Because of my arthritis and body issues, cannabis would be a great help. I am a great-grandmother, and this is the first time I am voting for Beto and as a Democrat.
As an educator, I voted for Abbott years ago. This year, I'm voting for Beto. My wife and I are both teachers, and our daughter is starting her first year. We don't want to be political pawns. We want to be seen as the profession that creates all others. We want to be trusted. We want to be respected. We want to be valued. His support, his understanding of what teachers are dealing with, mentioning teacher pay. Out in these rural areas, the tax base isn't there, so the salary isn't there, forcing people to work 2 and 3 jobs, especially retirees who, as he mentioned, haven't had that cost of living raise for 18 years. That's unacceptable. He's not a politician. He listens to people regardless of their partisan stripes. I haven't voted for a Democrat for governor in Texas ever, but I will this year.
I'm definitely a Reagan Republican. Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and Dwight D. Eisenhower are my Republican heroes. It's a privilege to have somebody like Beto O'Rourke come and talk to us. We've never had a governor here. In my 32 years here. So really? Did you hear that?
32 years.
And I was impressed with the gentleman. One, he's a very intelligent, logical, interesting young man, and it's nice to have somebody like that run for the governor of the state of Texas, and I do appreciate his visit here more than I can tell you. It was equally important that we had so many people here today, so I wish him the best, and I think he will probably get a lot of votes here in Sabine County.
I used to be a Republican, but you've changed me, man.
Yeah!
And just following him little by little on Twitter, listening to his messages and what he says, the policies he wants to change things. Honestly, it's just, he changed me. It's all because of Beto. That's where it started. My mother-in-law and I actually have a sister-in-law. They're both teachers. They've been doing it for years. So just hearing what he wants to do and really get more in their pocket, especially what they put up with, they deal with nowadays, not knowing the safety of their own classroom. I mean, the fact that he wants to change all that to me speaks volumes. That's protecting my family. Our current governor, Greg Abbott, I feel like he's more about himself and what benefits him and his party versus Beto. I feel like he's more about Texas and the actual people of Texas, the middle class, the working people, and he's here to get more for us.
He used to be a Republican, but he's coming over. Yeah! This is the guy. He's the real deal right here.
I'm a former Republican, but I will be voting for Beto all day long.
I voted for Trump in 2020, and here in 2022, I'm voting for Beto O'Rourke. I've grown up with a speech impediment. I have a stutter, and it has held me back a lot in making my voice heard. I have been told that I need to stop talking in class at home because it's a burden on others. But as I've grown older and known that that is utter bullshit, I have learned to voice what I think matters and have a voice for all of these things that are good and right and true, no matter how long it takes me to say it. And knowing that there's a governor here, a future governor, that is an advocate for those with disabilities like me is huge. This is the year that I'm going to make my voice heard at the ballot box. I'm voting for Beto O'Rourke.